What is up, guys? It is finally time to put the Fdf Angle Kit on the Mustang. I've finally gotten moved into the new house. Got a nice garage set up. Still getting stuff organized. I've got all the tires over here, all the stocks, Haley stocks, all my drift spares, which I need more. Sparky, the BMW's out here. But yeah, the Mustang is finally ready to be cut up. I've got the full FDF front angle kit here, and everything looks really nice. I literally just unboxed it and just kind of figuring out where everything is. And the quality on this is actually really nice. This is the steel kit. It's the only one available for the S550. They don't have the aluminum kit. But yeah, it came boxed up very nicely, tons of wrapping, really nice. Super excited. I also need to adjust the ride height because this thing looks good, but it's way too low to the ground. Like, it is scrubbing on everything. Right now, obviously, you have the suspension droop from it being in the air, but these things on the front bumper just drag on everything. The car is way too low. I mean, this is full suspension droop right here. The rear's drooping a little bit more. It's basically tucked. It's been rubbing. You can see where the tire is rubbing a little bit on bumps. So definitely not going to be able to handle the transition at the OSW bank at that height. So we're gonna raise it up. I also have to fix the exhaust. This is a cutoff solution. The driver's side looks really nice. It's perfect, but this side is slightly in and it's touching the plastic there a little bit. So I think I just need to cut off a little bit more. It's just a muffler delete. It was just cheap on sale. So I gotta cut off a little bit more so it can shift in more. And then the pivot on the exhaust hanger, when I shift that back in more, it'll pivot the exhaust out. So I have to cut a little bit more off of that, but I've got time to do it. So I'm gonna do it and make this thing look right. I know you have to cut a hole, I think it's right here where this hole is, somewhere in this vicinity, for the knob when you do the bracket. FDF comes with an adapter bracket to fix the caster, and it puts the knob for the dampening like right here, I think. So I have to do that. All right, first hurdle. There's always something when you're modifying cars. And I knew it was gonna happen because when I put the BC coilovers on the first time, it's a real pain in the ass. So with the S550, when you're doing coilovers, the bolts that hold the knuckle to the strut are splined. So you literally have to bash them out. And they were a huge pain in the ass when they were brand new, really tight. Much easier this time, but you do need a big ass mallet and crank the wheel so you can get a nice swing with it to get enough force to pop them out, because they are not fun. But yeah, so I've already removed the fender liner because we're gonna be having to cut this eventually. All right, it is Sunday. I'm continuing on the Mustang for the FDF kit. I have gone ahead and pulled out the stock control arms and knuckle. So we literally have nothing. I went ahead and raised the coilover up from where it was. You can see we were pretty low before, and we've raised it up quite a bit because we were too low to begin with. And if I remember correctly, the FDF kit is a 2-inch drop knuckle. So what I'm doing right now is just getting everything prepped. Been playing with the top hat because it does relocate the strut further out, so you have to drill a hole. So this is kind of where we're at. So, because that hole is for the dampener knob. So you gotta draw the hole big enough for that to move and swivel. So we're gonna throw this on and see if that hole's big enough. Don't think it is. The videos I've seen, that should be 1.25 inches, and we're not quite there yet. So just taking our time, making sure I'm not messing anything up, because I'm drilling into a practically brand new car. So just taking it easy. All right, just checking my clearance before I go overboard. I think I'm at, let's see, you can see the score marks. What is that? That is right at 1 inch, almost 1.1 inches. So we're almost to what I've seen others do, and I can see why they're going 1.25 inches, because this is mounted now. And moving the strut around, if I can do this with multiple hands, it does still hit. So I'm gonna have to keep drilling. All right, so I didn't have anywhere to set up the camera to record the drilling for the hole, but I will show you guys. It is 1.25 inches. It's the perfect fit. Gives you just the right amount of clearance, maxing out the spherical bearing without hitting anything. And it gives you barely any clearance to that hole right there. There is a small gap there, but that's where it lands. And I did eat through a titanium. You can see all the coatings worn off, and it pretty much stopped working at that point. So I had to go to the store and spend the extra money. I don't even know where the packaging is, but I picked up, where is it? There it is. Cobalt drill bit, and that did the job perfect. So we'll use that on the other side as well, just to make it a little bit easier. So now we're going to figure out the knuckle and the control arms and the tie rod and get all that connected. What's up, guys? It is the following weekend, and ran into some issues, not specifically with this car, but my BMW actually started puking oil. That's a whole nother thing I'm working on. So I've got 2 projects. Of course, I start doing the Fdf kit on this, and my daily starts having issues. But I already know what it is. I have the parts on ordered. It's the oil filter housing gasket. Because the engine's like at a 45, it's a big gasket. There's 2 of them, and I guess that's where it's leaking from. So I ordered that, and hopefully that will be fixed soon. But in all that chaos, I did manage to get the driver's side Fdf kit on. So it does sit out pretty far compared to before. Yeah, this side's done. So I have started on this side and went ahead and pulled some stuff off. And I honestly forgot I was vlogging this, so. But we're gonna adjust the ride height, take the control arms off of the chassis and just leave them connected to the knuckle, because I'm not using any of that, and then start bolting up the other stuff. All right, so I forgot the windshield washer fluid reservoir was on this side. I had to remove it so I get my impact in here and make life a little easier, so I can reach that bolt. And I didn't break it, but I figured it would have like an anti-flow back or something. I figured it had something, just when you unplugged it, it wouldn't just dump, but no. So started leaking all over me. My pants are wet, floor's wet. I managed to plug it with my thumb, and it's just slowly pouring out of here into this bucket. I've got the control arm out, as you guys saw, lower control arms, knuckle. Now it's just gonna pull the strut out. We gotta pull the top hat off and take the BC top hat and swap it over to the Fdf. All right, so we got the hole drilled for this side. 1/4 inch, just gives you enough clearance. Got the top hat mounted with the coilover on. Height's already adjusted to match the other side. Should be a good height. Now we're going to set up the new Fdf knuckle and control arms. All right, so the Mustang's on the ground. It looks so good. What do you think?
It's insane.
It's ridiculous. It's definitely sitting a little high until I cut it. But BMW took crap on me, and I've got to replace oil filter housing, and that's my daily. So the Mustang is being dailied for the next few days with the Fdf kit. And we're about to go take it out for its first ride. Just a nut and bolt check, make sure everything is connected right and it moves. So we're gonna take it down the road and then come back, do a nut and bolt check and drive it to work tomorrow. But this is it. It is raised up front and rear. Absolutely ridiculous. It's still got like 5.5 degrees of camber and that much poke. I raised the rear up a good bit. Just proper ride height for the tracks we're gonna be running. But yes, it looks insane. And we're gonna go see how it drives. It's a little loud. It's a little bit. It's just cold start. It'll quiet up.
Too old for this.
Ready?
Sure.
It drives. I had alignment done the other day just to get it to drive straight because my measurements in the garage were a little off, but was good enough to get me to the alignment shop. And yeah, it's driving great. It handles great. I'm gonna park it here. I'm on the way to get a haircut, and I'm gonna park it and show off some of the angle for you guys. And maybe do some turns in a parking lot. And there's nowhere I can actually like go to test it out right now, being the middle of the day. But I will have that for you guys soon. Otherwise, it's driving great. I do have some vibrations at speed, about 70 miles an hour and faster. It starts to vibrate pretty bad. I know it's not the wheel weights or the wheel balance because I had them rebalanced and it didn't fix anything. So Haley did remind me that I'm not running hub-centric rings. So my wheels may not be perfectly center on the hub, and that's probably where I'm getting my vibration because I don't notice it at low speeds, but the faster I go, the more vibrations I get. So I ordered some of those just to hopefully fix the issues.
Since you lost the tripod. Ow, my hip, I'm old.
Ah!
Sorry. You're done.
It's like,
Hold on, let me find it. Jet.
ah!
That one's hard.
Jesus Christ.
Do you want me to do that one?
No, I gotta scrub it.
Okay, let me rinse. Ew, don't touch it with your hand.
I've been touching it with my hand.
Do you know how much, bacteria is? Get, I'll spray you.